What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and today we've got a bunch of great news, especially with this Nintendo Treehouse Live returning. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And recently, Nintendo put out a tweet about a brand new Nintendo Treehouse Live, which will be returning on October 7th. Wednesday at 10 a.m. PT with a live stream presentation featuring two segments. You can tune in for a Pikmin 3 Deluxe deep dive and a new stage and gameplay details for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now, the times, guys, are 10 a.m. PT, that is 1 p.m. Eastern Time, that is 6 p.m. in the UK, and 7 p.m. in Europe. Now, I will be streaming the show live right here on PlayerEssence. You guys can get my live reaction to all of the stuff. Now, Nintendo already invited me to a virtual type of thing for Pikmin 3, so I won't talk much about it here. We'll see more about Pikmin 3, and I'll have a video on it later as well. But the game that we're going to be focusing on for most of this video will be Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, because I have some predictions on what we could see. Plus, there's a brand new short trailer showing off two characters that just look absolutely sick, and that is Robbie and Pura from Breath of the Wild. So I'm very excited about that. But yes, once again, guys, there will be a stream. I will be streaming it live. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on notifications, and you tune in. Also follow me on Twitter. I'll have all of the links, everything that you need to know to get ready for the show beforehand. I'll have all of that in the description below, so you guys can follow me there and get ready for it, because it's going to be a lot of fun going over what you guys think about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Those are two really good games coming out back to back in October here for Pikmin 3, then late November for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now, another thing here, guys, Nintendo put out a tweet in the morning talking about these two new characters for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which I do want to talk about just a bit. Nintendo says, get the first look at a few of the allies critical to the fight against Calamity Ganon in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, including the Sheikah researchers, Robbie and Pura, and the King of Hyrule himself. So once again, I think what this shows here, before we get into some of my predictions for the show tomorrow with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, this shows that there is more of a story focus than Breath of the Wild at this point. You're seeing a lot of cutscenes. They're not flashbacks, they're interactive trailers there with people talking and discussing different things about what's going on and how they're going to beat Calamity Ganon and all of his forces. I love the fact that Robbie and Pura kind of have their original forms and kind of how they look. I love the fact that Pura is tall Pura. She's not the little person based off of what happened. If you play Breath of the Wild, you know what happened to her. But all of that just kind of ties into the lore and why this game is so important in the overall trilogy that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, between Age of Calamity and also between Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Now, recently, I actually spoke to Nintendo about their lineup with this holiday, and we spent a lot of time on Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And I can't show you guys anything that was shown to me, and I don't really think anything new was really shown to me anyway, but I can't show anything. But they were very excited about this game and wanted to stress that, yeah, this is a lot about the story. This is a game that's going to have dozens of cutscenes, a lot of story put into it, in addition to the great gameplay that you guys know and love. It's going to have stuff that was in the previous game. It's going to have co-op, you know, it's going to have local co-op with 2 players. They're going to have a lot of different stuff in this game. So if you're a fan of the Warriors games, if you're a fan of what they did beforehand with Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on the Switch, or the game on the Wii U or the 3DS, wherever you played it, or if you just like Warriors games in general, but you wanted that aspect of Breath of the Wild, whether you're one or the other, this game can definitely bring you together in probably the most ambitious Warriors game or collaboration that we've ever seen. Now, there's been some other Warriors games, the mainline ones that have like online and do a bunch of different stuff, but in terms of a collab game, based on all the stuff that they've done, I have not seen a game go this far when it comes to the story, when it comes to the presentation, when it comes to the graphics, the attention to detail. This is absolutely amazing. I'm very excited to see what they have here. Now, let's talk a little bit about what we can see tomorrow. They did say that we have a new stage and gameplay details for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, if I'm reading that right. It's kind of interesting how they say it, because they say tune in for a Pikmin 3 Deluxe deep dive and a new stage and gameplay details for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So are they saying and a new stage for Pikmin 3, or it's and a new stage and gameplay details for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity? Now, I'm going to take it that way because we already had Tokyo Game Show, and we've already seen, even in the regular trailers, we've seen that Hyrule field, right? Where it's just the Hyrule field. So maybe they're showing off a new stage on there. But once again, the way that it's worded is kind of interesting. But I think that we should see some more places that we haven't seen before in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So expect that. When it comes to gameplay details, we still need to know all the playable characters, right? We do know that we have Princess Zelda, we have Link, we also have all of the champions. We have Mipha, and we have the Goron. We have everybody there. We have Rivali. We have Urbosa. We have all of the champions. But are there going to be any more? Are they really focusing on what you can do with those champions and kind of honing in on making sure that they're completely unique? Or are there more new characters to show off, like they showed with Young Impa at the Tokyo Game Show 2020, which just absolutely blew my mind on that one. So is there more secret characters that they have to reveal? Now, they did say gameplay details, so I wouldn't expect a new character reveal. I would just expect showing off some more of what you can do, because we still need to see how the upgrading works. We do know that there's going to be upgrading in the game. There's always like weapon fusion. In the first Hyrule Warriors, there was that, so I'm guessing there's going to be some weapon fusion that you can have. You can see in the footage of Tokyo Game Show that there's these little bags that they're collecting, which will give you upgrade parts, which will give you ways to get new weapons and new abilities and level up and get better skills. So we still need to see how that works when it comes to gameplay details for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And that's something that I'm truly excited about, because I don't really think this is the type of game that needs like 5 million characters, right? Usually these Warriors games are a celebration of the said franchise, but lately we've been getting some that are really more of an extension or actually canon in what these games do. Persona 5 Scramble the Phantom Strikers, there's not 5 million characters for you to play. That's actually a canon sequel to Persona 5. It is a follow-up to that game, so they let you play within the mechanics and systems that you're used to, but then also add on top of that. Not exactly the same game, of course, of Persona 5, but they add on top of that. So that's what I see with this game right here, with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. They're building on top of some of the mechanics and what you can do. Obviously, it's a different game, but they're going to have the Sheikah Slate. They're going to have the stasis, the bombs, the slowdown of time when you dodge correctly, the unique champion weapons and what they can do, piloting the different machines that you can use. Like, this is just so cool in terms of what they've added in here, and I'm extremely excited to kind of get down to the bottom of this and what they show off. Now, another interesting thing to see is how long is each segment going to be? Are they going to be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes each? I know when I spoke to Nintendo, once again, I can't talk too much about some of the stuff with Pikmin 3, but it was pretty good stuff there. But everybody is excited for that game. I mean, I've talked about it numerous times, but I always like to bring it up for the people that haven't seen some of those videos. But Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity already looking like it's going to be the best selling Warriors game, or best selling Dynasty Warriors game, or whatever you want to call it, those collaborations. Best one of all time. It's already up there, top 3 on Amazon. It's been selling extremely well. The pre-orders are doing well too when it comes to the eShop preloads and things like that. This is just great to see, especially with them focusing on this story more. It's getting more people excited and hyped to play a game like this, because I actually really liked the original Hyrule Warriors, but the story was obviously just made up and the art style was kind of a little bit interesting. But this just has so much of that Breath of the Wild vibe and actually feels like a real, true Breath of the Wild canon type of game made from the Zelda team, which was one of the interesting things that we found out in interviews, and also what Nintendo had spoke to me about too, was that the team, the Zelda team, literally looked over all of this. They were looking over everything with Age of Calamity and saying, okay, yeah, that's gonna work. That doesn't really fit up with what we're doing with Breath of the Wild or the story, what we have planned. You guys need to make changes to this or to that. So that's what I love about this. It's a true real collaboration between Koei Tecmo and also between Nintendo to get a game done in probably the best way they can get it done with what they're doing. A huge war. Well, Dynasty Warriors games fit that with Age of Calamity and the Calamity War, man. So it just makes too much sense. It's perfect for it. And I think it's going to be a great show. So remember, guys, the show is going down on October 7th at 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. in the UK, and 7 p.m. in Europe. If you live outside of those regions, then just make sure you plug in the time to Google. It will help you out. You can watch the show right here with me. I'll be streaming it as well. We'll be live early, so make sure you tune in for that, guys. Subscribe, notifications, all that good stuff. So what do you guys think about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and what's going on with this game and the show with Pikmin 3, Nintendo Treehouse Live returning? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Going to give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you for the next one. Peace.